So we'll give Gunstar Heroes the win, and we'll now go to our last run and gun contestant, Mr. Man of Mega. It's Mega Man.
This
This
Hooray!
one
one,
is maybe going to be our closest matchup.
I feel like this one's gonna be harder though, because they're while they're both classified run and gun, they're almost completely different styles of games.
Right, there's no co-op Mega Man
Yeah,
that I know of.
yeah, and while they do offer the same thing as like it said like you could pick the first four Gunstar Hero stages in any order. You could pick any Mega Man stage in any order, but Mega Man it actually gives you like a tactical advantage to do that. And Gunstar, I don't really think it does. I think you could just play whatever stage whenever. Mega Man, you actually want to pick the right stage to play first, because there's a set order that you want to accomplish things in usually in most of the games.
That's true, because you would get the same weapons at any point. Although I did try starting on stage 4 of Gunstar Heroes with just the singular weapon, and that was a mistake. I do think there are more similarities, though. Like, Mega Man lets you kind of switch between the weapons for like different situations. Same thing for Gunstar Heroes. Um, and I mean, you're basically your only weapon until you get like the slide tackle is that main, gun attack. Gunstar Heroes does let you do some dive tackles, but otherwise it's primarily running and gunning. So to me, it's like they both perform their function as run and guns. Is it better, like, what's the best of the like best representative for Mega Man as run and gun in your opinion?
As run and gun, I'd probably go with one of the X game, or probably X1 maybe. I think maybe
Interesting. Okay.
that's probably like one of the more frantic ones. If you're talking just like straight run and gun, because when I think of classic Mega Man, I think of like even like the idea of like switching weapons. Like you have to preserve a lot of the ammo and stuff. So you can't really do what you can
Sure.
in Gunstar, where you can just blast away. So I think in
Yeah.
terms of like fast frenetic gameplay, maybe X.
Interesting. Okay. I could see that perspective. Although I'm not opposed to like using one of the classic Mega Mans just out of my personal preference. I have played through X1, but like as far as like the best run and gun of the Mega Mans, like I can run and gun through Mega Man 2 pretty easily. Not well, I don't know about easily, but like I could, or 1, or 3 is tougher, but it's kind of classic. So, I mean, I'll do most people's favorite. I'll just stick with 2.
Okay. Do you think it's
Is
better?
Oh, that's a hard question. I mean, Mega Man 2 is like iconic, and it has some phenomenal music, although it loops a bit. It's a little simple. The thing about Mega Mans, though, is they're typically kind of annoying, like little frustrating, like cheap deaths. And I don't really feel that from Gunstar Heroes, although it gets tough. Gunstar Heroes feels like bizarre and unique, and I'm very playable, and like I can learn from my mistakes and complete the game. Mega Man 2 as well. I learned from my mistakes and I could play through it. But I think like when I think of Mega Man 2, I think of that like that wall boss, the one that like
Mm.
kind of caves you in. And I think those little like frustrating elements kind of piss me off. Uh, Not to the point of not wanting to play it, but I think every Mega Man game has like a segment like that where I'm just like, really? It's a tough matchup. I think that I would still say Gunstar Heroes is a better game than Mega Man 2.
When I think
Holistically.
of Mega Man 2, by the way, I always think of what's his name? The is it Fast Man? Run Man? What's the fast guy's name? Speed Man with
I think
Dash
it is
Man?
fast. Fast.
Fast Man?
Fast man. Yeah.
I don't know what his name is. Anyway,
Dash
that
cam?
level with the dash cam, the level with the laser is like a whoop, whoop, and you have to fall down in like this certain order and stuff. That's the first thing I always think of because that level's brutal. Um,
Mm.
yeah, I understand that perspective, but also at the same time, I think the fact that I never get caught up on anything in Gunstar, it kind of just flows, makes it like every time I play Gunstar, there's always segments where I'm like, I forgot all about this. I forgot this even happened. As in Mega Man, even if it is kicking my ass, I always feel like I remember most of the areas because I spent a lot of time there. And having to overcome those challenges makes me feel good.
Yeah, and
So,
there's a question there of like, which would I replay sooner, of like Gunstar Heroes or Mega Man 2? I don't really have a great answer to that. I probably have played Mega Man 2 more times than I have played Gunstar Heroes, but I do really like playing Gunstar Heroes. I don't know.
my favorite Mega Man game. I didn't do my favorite. I just did the one that was more like frenetic and I thought felt closer. My favorite's Zero, and I was thinking about like would I rather play that or um, Gunstar Heroes. I'd probably play Mega Man Zero, and I have recently. There was a day recently where I was sick and I was just home from work, and I loaded up the Zero collection on my Switch, and I just played Zero One all day. And as many times as I have beat that game, it still manages to kick my ass and challenge me. And I remember every bit of that game. Again, Gunstar
And it's
Heroes.
gonna be hard. Mega Man has 40 plus games
Oh yeah, Mega Man's huge. So personally,
versus just one.
yeah. Personally, I can't separate that. I have to go with Mega Man just because I have a closer attachment to it. I think I probably would play a Mega Man game over Gunstar Heroes.
How many Mega Man games would you put over Gunstar Heroes?
Okay. We're talking the run and gun game, so I'm gonna go main series, X series, and then maybe Zero ZX. I'm gonna go at least the first three Mega Man games.
Wow.
Maybe Mega Man 8, 9, and 10 as well. So skipping like 4 to 7. Um,
Interesting.
yeah, X1 definitely. The other X games I don't know, but they get kind of weird as they go along. And then the Zero game, I think all four of the Zero games are great, and maybe I've only played the first ZX game fully. I haven't beaten the second one. But yeah, those games I probably would play over.
It's like half the series
Yeah, most
of the mainline ones.
The majority of the series, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Spencer, I know you did play Mega Man 1 recently, and although you haven't played Gunstar Heroes yet, you did play Super. So, in your experience, do you think you'd like Gunstar Heroes more than Mega Man 1?
And he has played ZX, the first ZX, I believe, right?
Yeah, I think so. Well, I was definitely in agreement with Alex that I think the X series is more comparable to Gunstar Heroes. But the X series was really hard, like the first one. And if Super Gunstar Heroes is any indication of Gunstar Heroes, it was perhaps too easy, but certainly as like Alex said, it was very slick, and you could just kind of go from level to level, and it felt kind of natural. So I don't know on that one. That's a tough one. I would probably, just because of time and the fact that, kind of as you alluded to, Teddy, that Mega Man just kind of keeps going and has had 40 plus entries in it, it would probably be hard for me to say that Gunstar Heroes is better than Mega Man, even as far as legacy goes. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm overruled. So, 2-1, Gunstar Heroes is not the best run and gun game. Yay. That doesn't mean it doesn't have to be your personal best run and gun game. Let us know if you disagree in the comments below.
I still love it. It's still probably one of my favorite Genesis games, so you just can't beat the Blue Boy.
Low bar.
In my words, it's a really freaking good game.
What's next?
Hey y'all, don't forget to subscribe to them button mappers.